Who will start? Who likes to get the bidding up? $4,400,000 right here in the room. $4,900,000. 950,000. 4,950 is the bid at $4 million. I'm selling.
Auctions live bid.
5.7 with 5. 705. You're in the room. 5,705,000. 5,850,000. This time, sir. I can't believe I'm going to look at you again. 5,850,000.
Auctions live bid.
5,650,000.
Auctions live bid.
5,000 again back here in the room. 5,655 it is. 5.6.
Auctions live bid.
5,850. First, second, third and final. Quick finish. Done.
What makes Bailey's altogether better? It's the energy we bring to every home, every commercial property, every investment, every development, and every farm. Because when the energy is right, you can feel it. Bailey's, altogether better.
For being here, and welcome to the senior final of the LVD Championships 2026. We have 5 contestants here, and first up we have all the way from Ray White in Christchurch, the one and only, the ubiquitous Elizabeth Cosley.
Well, it feels really special to be able to call on a day like today. And it's special because my father was Irish. His father was Irish. My mother loved an Irish man. And in about 20 minutes, I'm going to go and drink like one. Because when you stack that much charm and character into one bloodline, well, you don't just get the family tree. you get the four-leaf clover. And no better day than today to be putting up on offer a harbour bridge with 2 prized pots of gold at the end. A very warm welcome to you all.
Excuse me, Madam Auctioneer, I wish to buy this offering with my business partner, but he cannot make it to the auction. He's tramping Mount Kilimanjaro and unavailable digitally for a week. What's the best solution to solve this temporary absence and our need to have the transaction in both names?
Well, sir, you will have noticed in the contract there that "and or nominee" has been crossed out. So if you are bidding here today, you will have to bid on the basis that you will be signing all the documentation. And so I would do that anyway, because that mountain is quite big and we don't know if he's coming back. Are you happy to bid on that basis, sir? Yep. All the best of luck to you and your friend. Any other questions while we're here? Perfect. As I was saying, I'm Elizabeth Costley, here to be your lucky charm and help assist in the sale of the Auckland Harbour Bridge here on behalf of our trusted New Zealand government. Now, before we begin, a quick note on the process. I've been entrusted with a confidential written reserve, and just like the leprechaun's gold, that will stay confidential. To be successful today, it's relatively simple. Just bid, and once that reserve has been met or exceeded, I will announce this property here on the market. Whoever holds the highest bid on the fall of the hammer, well, congratulations, you shall be the purchaser. We ask that you sign your name on the contract, pay a deposit of 10%, and if it applies, fill out the juicy information. Now, to keep things flowing, I may place a bid on behalf of our owners. If I do so, don't fret, it will be well below reserve and clearly identified. I may nominate the sum in which bidding may be raised. I may also refuse a bid. And if a dispute arises concerning any bid, there will be no theatrical tantrums here. We will simply pause and go back to the last undisputed bid. Now, our owners have full intentions of selling here today, but they do reserve the right to withdraw their property from sale at any time before the property has been sold and without declaring that reserve price. Now, I take it you have read and accepted the terms of the contract. Today on offer is a freehold land on both sides of the harbour, each parcel comprising of 2,024 square metres more or less, being lot 63 on deposited plan 100163 and lot 24 on deposited plan 51101. Together with the bridge that connects the two parcels is better known as the Harbour Bridge. Now, the channels are all laid out in the contract there. I will make note of the 500 concrete chicanes, so it's perfect for those of you who love to set boundaries. And it also comes with 1 chicane mover, so perfect for people like me who like to push those boundaries. Now, settlement will happen with vacant possession on Wednesday the 17th of March 2027, so St. Patrick's Day. But you can double up the celebrations. Yes, sir.
On that settlement, I know it's a year away and I'm a little concerned with the New Zealand government's ability to settle. They're essentially bankrupt now. If I'm successful, I would like my deposit held in the appropriate trust account until settlement. I certainly don't want your mob getting paid if the owner cannot settle. I'll never get my deposit back. Are you okay with that?
Well, that's not up to me, sir. I would have to ask the vendor if that's okay. Mr. Vendor, is that okay?
It is.
Sir, it's your lucky day. Must be the luck of the Irish, because that is okay. Great. And as I was saying, St. Patrick's Day, double celebrations as I hear 5-time Grammy winner Lewis McDonald and his Irish band. They'll be in town that day and we will be playing the fiddle and straining the bow. So perfect if you want to go along to both. Now, when I first heard I was auctioning the Auckland Harbour Bridge, I thought, wow, that is iconic. And I love to be iconic. Because what we have on offer is more than steel, scale, and status. To own it is to own the gateway to the city, the hungi between the north and the south. And it's the ribbon that ties the harbour around. And the parcels of land at either side, well, the opportunities there are open-ended. And the view, I listed them all, you'd have to catch the 2020 train to the end of the list. But this carries more than traffic, it carries memory. Because if it were me, owning this would feel like owning the road back to my childhood. Back to the 4 kids in the car, wedged between the siblings, elbows at the ribs, noise and excitement. It was the road to Grandad's and somehow the bridge that always felt like the marker of how longer we had to go. The little lift in your chest when you knew something special was waiting on the other side. It was holding your breath right across the bridge, or pretending you were anyway. And it was listening to Dad tell you the stories where he never let the truth get in the way. But these were the sort of moments that felt small at the time, and as you grew older, they became big memories. This bridge offers more than one route from one side to the other. It offers a connection between generations. It offers a landmark people remember and feel, and it offers a piece of Auckland that lives not only in the skyline, but in the history of the city and the hearts of everyone who has travelled across it. Today, you are not just buying a bridge with land, you are buying a legacy suspended between the sky, the land, the sea, and your memory. So who wants to become iconic by buying the most iconic bridge in New Zealand? Opening bids, what do we say? Well, I know that the view is priceless here, but if you want to buy it, you will need to bid here today. I would have thought something around 1.6 to get us away. Does anyone set sail at 1.6?
2,000,008.
2,000,008. Welcome in there, sir, at 2,000,008. So I couldn't get you to 2,050,000, could I?
I've got another 20.
Another 20 at 2,028. Welcome in. Very best of luck to you here today at $2,028,000. I look for the 2,050,000 from here. But 2,028,000. First call. One second. 2,028,000 at 2,128. At 2,1, just the 1,000, man. Could it go another 28 perhaps? Okay, at 2,029,000. Welcome in. Best of luck to you here today. Here's your competition now at 2,029,000. At 2,029,000, so I know you've seen the pot at the end of the rainbow. At 2,029,000, I have you there. Is there another one or something stronger to get us ahead? But at 2,029,000, first call. Second, third and final time at 2,000,000, and third, just down the back there at 2,039,000, I have you there, so welcome in. Very best of luck to you today. At 2,039,000 down the back, do we go another 10?
Dozen.
A dozen at 2,039,000 and 2,039,000 and 51. At 2,051,000, sir. At 2,051,000, do we go another dozen or bakers? At 2,051,000, first call. Just the one again, ma'am. 2,052,000. At 2,052,000, but it gets you in front, and that's okay. At 2,052,000 there. At 2,052,000, connecting yourself between the city and the North Shore. First call at 2,052,000.
5,000.
Just the 500, sir? 5,000. Well, that is a great way to be saying that bid. At 2,052,000 the half. I like creative thinkers. At 2,052,000 the half and 53 the half now. At 2,053,000 the half, do you come back with another half? 2,054,000 the half. Well, could I take that at 2,154,000 the half? Just the one. At 2,054,000 the half there, sir. At 2,054,000 the half there. Sir, was that another 10 from you? At 2,051,000 the half. I'll take it as a 1 at 2,052,000 the half. At 2,000,000.
My bid was 2,054,500.
Yes, it was. That's correct. At 2,055,500. At 2,055,000 and 56,500. At 2,056,500 down the front, 56,57,500. At 2,057,500. Sir, is that another 10 now? Okay, 58,500 at 2,000,000 and 58,500. Paid to try at 2,058,500. So what about you? Haven't forgotten about you?
Dozen.
58,500 now, taking me to 70 the half. At 2,000,000 and 70 the half, I have you there, sir. Good, strong bid, put in some distance in. At 2,071,000. First call. Second. Third and final time at 2,071,000. 72, there we go. At 2,021,000 and 71. 70. Enumerate your bid, please, ma'am.
My bid is 2,071,500.
71,500. And a good bid that is. At 2,071,500.
50.
At 2,071,500 at 22 and 27,500. 2,071,500. And you want 50 at 21 and 21,500. At 21 and 21,500. There we go. There. So welcome in. 1,500 at 21,500 at 23. At 2,1 and 23. At 2,1 and 23, I have you there, sir.
2 and 1/8.
2 and 1/8. At 2,1 and 25. 2 on the rise. At 2,1 and 25, I have you there. Do you go another 800? 25, 26 the half. At 2,126 the half with you at the back. So do you come back in over here or over here? But first call at 2,1 and 26 the half. Second. Third and final time now at 2,1 and 26 the half. So what about over here? Nothing over here, at 2,1 and 61 the half. 251 and a half. No, sorry, what's your bid there, sir? 2 million.
126.
2126,500 at 2126,500. I love playing this game to see we're all awake. At 2126,500, delight, sir. At 2126,500, we are on the market and selling now. At 2126,500, sir. Anything further over here? But first call at 21. Make it 30. 30. 56,500 at 21.
Make it 30.
Just to the 30. Okay, at 21 and 30. At 2,130,000.
And 40?
And 270 the bid. At 21 and 70. Just taxed you to the 40. 10 on the rise here at 21 and 40. At 21 and 40, I'll call it away another 10. And 50 at 21 and 90. At 21 and 90, I have you there, sir. At 21 and 90 the bid. 50 on the rise. First call now though. We are selling it today. Who's still serious? At 21 and 90 over here. Second call. Third and final time. 21 and 90, you want half a dozen. At 96. At 2196. At 2196.
1,500.
2197 the half. At 2197 the half now, sir, come back over here. The 2197
that.
the half. 2197 the half. You want half of that. 97 the half, and that's 98. 97 the half and 98750. Oh, sorry, 97 the half, and you want 750. 97 the half. Sorry, 90 the quarter. At 2190 the quarter.
My bid is 2,197,500.
2197,500, 2199 the quarter, at 98 the quarter. Yeah, got it there in the end. That's all right. 2198 the quarter. Just channeling my inner Irish. She's already drunk. At 2198 the quarter. At 2198 the quarter there, sir.
Dozen.
A dozen. At 2198 the quarter there, and takes me to 2310 the quarter. At 2310 the quarter. Sorry, 2210 the quarter. At 2210 the 2210 the quarter. Yes, at 2210 the quarter. That's a little bit
Last
toothy, isn't it? At
1,500.
Last 1500 at 12. At 2212. 2212. Sounds like a jab at the end because it feels like it in my face. At 2212. Got you there, sir. At 2212. What about at the back here? At 2,212,000. Anything further from here? At 2212. First call. So just confirm your bid is 2212?
1,500.
1,500. 2212. So what was your bid over at the back here? Oh, over here?
My bid was 2,210 and a quarter.
2210 and a quarter. 2210 and a quarter. 2210 and a quarter, and you wanted 1,500. 2210 and a quarter. That takes me. See what I did there? I'm glad I came back. At 2210 the quarter, 11 the quarter, and 11 the one that's not the quarter, 750. At 22, 11 750. At 2,211 3 quarters. There we go. At 2211 3 quarters. At 2211 3 quarters. Sir, we all done at the back. First time now. Second, third and final call. Anything further? Someone take me to 2.3. But delighted to announce, sir, I think you've done it. At 22, tempting fate. 11th the 3 quarters. It is going. It is going. It is sold. Congratulations to you, sir. You've just brought what is already a laid out legacy back here. And to our underbidders, I thank you sincerely for your efforts. Look, keep on that highway to find success in your very own home. I'm sure it will drive you all the way to the top.
That's full marks for all right, yeah. Yeah,
What makes Bailey's altogether better? It's the energy we bring to every home, every commercial property, every investment, every development, and every farm. Because when the energy is right, you can feel it. Bailey's, altogether better.
To explore more auction solutions or book a demo, visit auctionslive.com.
But we make sure that all the transactions go through property credit. It takes me out of the equation and it goes through and just makes the whole transaction seamless, which is really good. My assistant, she just loves the process. She sends it out and she finds the responsiveness on the property credit side phenomenal. Like, there's great communication. It's just a very easy, seamless process, which is great. The portal is extremely easy to use, and the way they go through it, look after and personalise our client service, which is really important to us, and giving 6-star service. You've got to remember that most people have most of their equity tied up in their biggest asset. They don't have a lot of liquid funds. So the ability to go through, pay for the marketing and do the marketing they want, and any other slight renovations that they want to do, is a huge thing. So taking that pressure away from people, making sure the property is presented as best we possibly can, and going through and giving 6-star service is what we really want to do, and that's why we love working with property credit, and we've found our clients have been very, very positive towards the whole experience.
We will start. Who like to get the bidding up? $4,400,000 right here in the room. $4,900,000. 950,000. 4,950 is the bid at $4,900,000. Selling.
Auctions live bid.
5.7. 705. You're in the room. 5,705,000. 5,850,000. This time, sir. Okay, I'm not even going to look at you again.
Auctions live bid.
5,650,000.
Auctions live bid.
5,000 again back here in the room. 5,655 it is. 5.6.
Auctions live bid.
850. First, second, third and final. Quick finish. Done.
We're introduced to property credit, and then once they sort of dropped everything on the table, it was like, oh my God, we've been looking for a product like this. We'd been using another one, but it was very, very long-winded, the way the forms that had to be filled out, the compliance, their marketing, our outstanding marketing was just getting to a level where it was becoming an issue. And so it was a lovely vehicle for us to turn that around. And we managed to, in a reasonably short time. We're in the real estate business, we're not in the finance business. You guys are the finance business, so you take care of that, and it works beautiful. Thank you. All I can say is that, across the business, since we've introduced it, it has made life a lot easier. What we're finding with property credit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a stellar performance from Elizabeth Costley. Puts a line in the sand. Can they hit her off? Well, we're going to find out very shortly, because the second finalist in the senior division here at the LVD World Auctioneering Champs is a fine gentleman out of Auckland. He represents the yellow team. Might be lurking, he is. I'll go for the green tie today, St Patrick's Day. He's got that sorted out. Love the little Irish tinge there, Elizabeth. But fresh as he is. Give him a great round of applause from Ray White in Auckland, Aaron Ward. Go get him, Aaron.
Well, I welcome you visionaries, you dreamers, you negotiators, and those of you that just followed the crowd in thinking it was happy hour at the Ponsonby Cruising Club. My name is Aaron Ward, and it is a great pleasure to be here today. Yes, sir.
I wish to buy this offering with my business partner.
Yes.
But he cannot make it to the auction. He's tramping Mount Kilimanjaro and unavailable digitally for a week.
Yes.
What is the best solution to solve his temporary absence and our need to have the transaction in both names?
In both lanes. Well, sir, as you would have noticed, it is crossed out as far as or nominee on the contract there. So, there's not much you can do about that. I'm sorry, sir. It is crossed out, and that's been through the lawyers. So, yeah. I hope that helps. Now, this contract tells me that you legally look to acquire 2 freehold land holdings, both an approximate ½ acre. That's some 2,024 square metres, more or less. One being lot 63, deposited plan 100163. The other lot 24, deposited plan 51101. Settlement set down 1 year into the future on 17th of March 2027.
Yeah, Mr. Auctioneer,
sir,
just on that settlement, I note that it is a year away and I'm a little bit concerned about the New Zealand government's ability to settle. They're essentially bankrupt now. If I'm successful, I would like my deposit held in the appropriate trust account until settlement. I certainly don't want your mob getting paid if your owner cannot settle. I'll never get my deposit back. Are you okay with that?
Well, your deposit does come out straight away there, sir. So, can you just repeat the question, please? Oh.
I'm a little worried that the government may not be able to settle as they are bankrupt. If I am successful, I would like my deposit held in the trust account until settlement. I don't want you getting paid, and if the owner cannot settle, I'll never get my deposit back. Are you okay with that?
Let me just check with the owners here. Mr. Owner, is it okay if the the deposit is kept in trust until the settlement date?
It is.
It is? Fantastic, thank you. Yes, that's no problem, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Your channels as per documentation, and I have to ask, what's grey, prickly, and is often going around the perimeter of properties? No, it's not our lead salesperson, Mr. Mark Summich. It's those 40 rolls of barbed wire included in the chattels. Now folks, the property is up for sale today with a confidential reserve set by our owners. And subject to that reserve price being met or surpassed, the highest bidder whose bid is accepted by me shall be the purchaser. Now I may nominate the sums by which the bidding can and shall be raised. I may refuse bids, place vendor bids if needed. If I do that, I'll make it very clear by using the words, I am placing a vendor bid. And rest assured, folks, that bid will always be below the reserve price. Clause 2.6 clearly states that our owners may withdraw the property at any time before the property has been sold and without declaring their reserve price. If a dispute arises, I'll quickly resolve that dispute or simply take us back to the last undisputed bid. And if you are the lucky winners of today's auction, that is the highest accepted bid by me at the fall of the hammer, then I will immediately get you to do 2 things. 1, sign the contract, and 2, pay to us that all-important 10% deposit. Easy as that. Well, a bridge isn't just steel and bolts. It's the moment 2 places decide they belong together. Perhaps, as Whitney Houston would sing, the greatest love of all. And this one has stood the test of time for some 24,398 days of connection. It's Auckland's daily commuting tightrope, 8 lanes of over a kilometre length of concrete and steel, weighing in at roughly 11,000 tonnes. It's the sunrise over the harbour, city lights reflecting in the water, sailboats drifting below the moving art, true legacy architecture. Keep it as is and you have direct access to the city energy, business district, nightlife, tourism, waterfront lifestyle. There's beach living, top schools, outdoor spaces, and of course the sailing club. And a toll gate, and it's your license to print cash. But life isn't always about printing money, is it? No. And no one knows that better than children. And because Whitney sung, I believe the children are our future, I took this to a school this morning, and here's what they said. Tommy, 12, said, at a roller coaster and theme park, basketball courts with sick graffiti and flamingos on the sidelines to collect the balls. Why flamingos? Well, I don't know. Ask Harvey, 10. Lynx piped up and said, turn it into a lifty bridge and fling people off. These ideas, folks, are the minds of geniuses. Blythe, 5, said roller skating horses. I don't even know what that means, but I love it. Molly, can I just grab a quick glass of water? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Molly.
Thank you. Molly, Odette and Adeline got together and told me about the bridge fairies, no bigger than a seashell and wearing jackets made of moonlight and with tools made of stardust, and how every night when the city goes quiet, they begin their work gently tightening the bolts to make sure that the humans are safe. Lily, 4, suggested we just let unicorns on it, no cars. And I say, why not? Unicorns currently have no designated area in Auckland, and I think they deserve that, don't you think? Yes, it can be about commuting, return on investment, bungee jumping, bridge walks, and whatever else our limited brains can come up with. But today, I ask you to think bigger, think bolder, and you'll be happier and healthier for it. You are not just bidding on a bridge, you are bidding on opportunity, vision, hopes, dreams, possibly even world peace, and most definitely a better tomorrow. So people, raise your hands and let me see your opening bid. Well, folks, that's a suggestion here. Thank you for that water, by the way. Maybe 1.8 to get us underway.
2,000,008.
2,000,008, and an excellent move there, sir. Would you go to 2.1 for me?
I'll give you another 20.
Another 20, so 2,028. Excellent work, straight off the bat. At 2,028, I bid it away now. So at 2,028 with my starter on my right here, 2,028, perhaps move into the 2.1s would be my next suggestion.
1.
2.1, madam? Nope, just the 1. 2,028, you'll go to 2,029. Would you go something stronger? No problems at all. So 2,029, thank you for that. 2,029, I bid it away now. So what's your retort, your response? At $2,029,000. First chance here at 2,029 for the architecture, true legacy. 2,029,000. Of course, this location, coastal walks, the city's viaduct and Britomart at 2,029,000. Second chance now. 10 down the back there, sir. At 2,029,000, you'll take me to 2,039,000, and a good move. At 2,039,000 down the back, you're at the back, but you're in front now, sir. At 2,039,000.
Doesn't.
And it doesn't. Nice work. 2,039,000, and you'll go to 51 there. Good move. At 2,051,000. At 2,051,000, I bid it away. 3 people in the race at the moment, but at 2,051,000, I call it through once now. 2,051,000, and you'll go another 1 or 2.1 there, madam. Just the 1. 2,052,000. Welcome back. At 2,052,000, got you there. At 2,052,000, I chased down perhaps 2.1, give to me something stronger.
Half
but 2,052,000, sorry, what was that?
500,000.
500,000. 2,052,000, and you'll go $500. Correct? 2,052,000 and $500. So 2,052,500 there. 2,053,500. 253 and sorry, 2,053,500 there, back in front. 2,053,500 and
1.
2,050, 2.1 there, sir. 2,053,500, 2,054,500. Welcome back. 2,054,000 and the 500 there. 2,054,500 and down the back there, sir. 2,054,500. Just the 1, is it, sir? 2,055,500. 2,055,500 back in front there. 2,056,500. Got you there. 2,056,500. 2,056,500 and 1. 2,057,500. 257,500. 2,057,500. And just the 1 there. 2,058,500. Good bidding so far. 2,058,500. Once I call it through now at 2,058,500.
Doesn't.
And a dozen. Good move there, sir. Nice and strong. 2,058,500, and you'll go to 2,070,500. Lovely stuff. 2,070,500. Got you there. $2,070,500. First time at 2,070,500 there on my right. Against you, sir. Against you, sir. And of course you. $2,070,500 for the schooling, folks. The location to get anywhere you like. 2,070,500 twice now. I call it through. At 2,070,000 and just the half. Third and final opportunity and one. Good move. 2,071,500. Welcome back. Or straight to 2.1. 2,071,000. Nice work. 2,071,500. 2,071,500.
50.
2,071,500 and 15 there, sir. Welcome in. 2,071,500 and you'll go to 2,086,500.
50.
Oh, 50, sorry, sir. 2,071,500 and you'll take me through the gap there, through the barrier. 2,071,500 and you'll go through to 2.1 and 21,500. 2,121 and the 500 there. Welcome in. 2,121,500. 2,121,500 and 1,500. 2,121 and $500 there. 2,121. And you'll go there, 1,500 there, sir. So 2,122, 2,123. 2,123, got you there, sir. At 2,123 and 500. Oh, no, sorry, not 500. 2,123 down the back. Welcome back.
2 and
2,123. Sorry.
2 and 1/8.
2 and 1/8. Lovely. 2, 1 and 33. So 2 and 1/8. You're going. So 2 and 1/8. You're going to 2 and a quarter there. So 2,250,000. 2 and 1. 2 and 1/8. Sorry. Yes. 2,018,000. 125. 2,125,000. $2,125,000 now.
$1,500.
1,500. 2,125,000. 26,500. 2,126,500 there. 2,126 and a half. Calling it through once now. 2,126 and a half. Second chance at $2,126,500 there. 2,126 and a half. Third and final opportunity. 2,126 and the 500 and change. 2,126,500. The biggest diving board in the world. 2,126,500. Folks, nothing further there, sir, at the moment. A cheeky little one. Nothing over here, sir. 2,126,500. Well, folks, we are on the market. I sell it away at 2,126 and a half down the back here.
Make it 30.
2,126 and a half. You'll take me through to 2,1 and 30, will you, sir? 2,1 and 30. I'll take that as a 30. 2,130.
And 40. And 40.
And 40. So 2,070. No, 2,040. 2,140. You happy with that? $2,140,000 now. Rounding me up there. Beautifully.
50.
2,140. And you'll go 90 there, sir. 2,140. Yes, 90. 2,190. Got you there. 2,190 now. I bid it through and call it through once now. $2,190,000. Second chance at 2,196. Got you back in. 2,196. Good work there, sir. 2,196. It might be all there. 2,196 and 2,190. 2,197 and a half. 2,197,500 here.
Half of that.
2,197 and a half, and you'll go
Half of that.
2,197 and a half, and you'll go 2,198 and a quarter. 2,198 and a quarter here. And gentleman on my left here, 2,198 and the 250. So 198 and a quarter and a dozen. 2,198, and you'll go through to 2,210 and a quarter. 2,210 and a quarter over here there, sir. 2,210 and 1/4.
Last 1,500.
210 and a quarter and 1,500, was it, sir? 2,210 and a quarter and 1,500. Excellent work. 2,210, 2,211 and 750. 3/4. 2,211 and 3/4. 2,211 and 3/4 down the back there, sir. Welcome back. 2,211 3/4. First chance. Second opportunity here. 2,211 and $750. Third and final opportunity, folks. 2,211 and 3/4. Anything further there, sir? 2,211 3/4. Where are you? There you are. Anything further, madam? 2,211 3/4 over the back there, sir. 2,211 3/4, sir. No. We are selling. We are selling. We are selling. Well, folks, to our underbidders, yesterday may have been a bridge too far for you, but I am sure we will see you again. To our winner, congratulations, sir. And if you listen carefully, you might just hear the bridge fairies loudly clapping for your victory. Remember, you hold the dreams and aspirations of the country's children, so use that power wisely. Thank you.
What makes Bailey's altogether better? It's the energy we bring to every home, every commercial property, every investment, every development, and every farm. Because when the energy is right, you can feel it. Bailey's, altogether better.
To explore more auction solutions or book a demo, visit auctionslive.com.
But we make sure that all the transactions goes through property credit. It takes me out of the equation and it goes through and just makes the whole transaction seamless, which is really good. My assistant, She just loves the process. She sends it out and she finds the responsiveness on the property credit side phenomenal. Like, there's great communication. It's just a very easy, seamless process, which is great. The portal is extremely easy to use, and the way they go through it, look after and personalise our client service, which is really important to us, and giving 6-star service. You've got to remember that most people have most of their equity tied up in their biggest asset. They don't have a lot of liquid funds. So the ability to go through, pay for the marketing and do the marketing they want, and any other slight renovations that they want to do, is a huge thing. So taking that pressure away from people, making sure the property is presented as best we possibly can, and going through and giving 6-star service is what we really want to do, and that's why we love working with property credit, and we've found our clients have been very, very positive towards the whole experience.
We will start. Who like to get the bidding up? $4,400,000 right here in the room. $4,900,000. 4,950,000. 4,950 is the bid at $4,000,000. Selling.
Auctions live bid.
5.7. 705. We're in the room. 5,705,000. 5,850,000. This zone too. Okay, I'm not even going to look at you again.
Auctions live bid.
5,650,000.
Auctions live bid.
5,000 again back here in the room. 5,655 it is. 5.6.
Auctions live bid.
850. First, second, third and final. Quick finish. Done.
26. This is a gentleman, well travelled, and he's a dynamic bloke in his own right. He's a superstar in the South Island. He's out of the Apollo stable, one of our major sponsors. We welcome him here. A great round of applause, please, to Richard Stringer.
Well, I was on the phone last night with my wife, and she said, "What are you up to tomorrow, Dad?" I said, "Oh, much. I was calling an auction on the Auckland Harbour Bridge." She said, "Wow, that's amazing. Can I call you before you start to wish you well?" I said, "Probably not. Apparently I'm going to be tied up at something called the Ponsonby Cruising Club." It was at that moment that my battery went dead on the phone, but I'll give her a call later on just to put her mind at ease. Folks, Richard Stringer from Apollo.
Excuse me, Mr. Auctioneer.
Sir.
I wish to buy this offering with my business partner, but he cannot make it to the auction as he's tramping Mount Kilimanjaro and unavailable digitally for a week. What's the best solution to solve his temporary absence and our need to have the transaction in both names, please?
Well, sir, are you buying in a business name? Are you a director? We've got annual nominees crossed out, so we'll just work with you today as the bidder. We'll need your signature securing the contract. I'd work it out with him when he hopefully gets back from Mount Kilimanjaro. Wish you all the very best with your bidding today. Anybody else? Well, as I was saying, it's a privilege and a pleasure to get to auction one of New Zealand's most iconic pieces of Kiwiana. To our lead consultant, Andrew North, well, he knows a thing or two about North and South, and he's made all that necessary documentation available to you so you can connect the dots, secure the bolts, buy this piece of Kiwiana. To our vendors, the New Zealand Government, well, we say a hearty thank you for entrusting us with this important role and for having the wisdom to sell to private interests, securing that vital road link before one day inevitably Chloe gets into power and it just becomes for horse carriage and electric bike. Today we proffer up 2 freehold titles of some 2,024 square metres more or less. That's about half an acre in the old school language, being lot 63 on deposited plan 100163 and lot 24 on deposited plan 51101. Not forgetting that 125,000 square metres more or less of bridge itself. Now it's all contained within record of title which there seems to be little record. However, settlement is set for today, the 17th of March, and being St Patrick's Day, well, I thought it would be fitting if I recollected a quote from that famous Irish poet, Raymond O'Clery, who once said, "Gratitude builds a bridge to abundance." Speaking of abundance...
Mr Auctioneer, just on that settlement, I actually know that it's a year away and I'm a little concerned about the New Zealand government's ability to settle. They're essentially bankrupt now. If I'm successful, I would like my deposit held in the appropriate trust account until settlement. I certainly don't want your mob getting paid if the owner cannot settle. I'll never get my deposit back. Are you okay with that?
Well, sir, there's remedies there if the vendor was unable to settle. No, your deposit, as per the deposit clause, will be released. What can I say? Take confidence, sir. If there's a change of government, there could be, probably not. You're in safe hands either way. We're one of the most stable democracies in the world. I look forward to your bidding. Now, I was talking about that bridge to abundance. So speaking of abundance, I note the channels remain unchanged from that documentation that Andrew has made available to you, but they're plentiful, including at least 1,000 road cones! Oh, sorry, ice cream cones. I'm going to summarise the conduct of auction for you folks. Look, obviously I've been furnished with a confidential reserve. My role is to provide the numerical guidance to success for one of our lucky bidders here today. To assist that process, I may from time to time place vendor bids, clearly identified as such and always below my reserve price instructions. Should the contract fall across the palm in your favour, well, congratulations, we'll get you to organise the 10% deposit and sign that contract. We'll dot the I's, cross the T's, and then you can cross the bridge. Well, if you're a little older like me, you may recall a bit of Kiwiana on our TV. There used to be an ad that went, "It's moments like these, you need Minties." Now, if you're too young to remember that, or for the benefit of our Australian visitors, the basic premise was that sometimes in life, things go a bit wrong. But if you unwrapped that congealed, rock-hard bit of mint-flavoured goo and managed to eat it without breaking a tooth, everything would be all right. Well, bidders and buyers, I reckon life is about moments. And moments become memories. Today we give you the chance to build everlasting memories. And I hope you don't have any minty moments. If you think of iconic Kiwi structures, well, you think of the Harbour Bridge. Or you might think of the Beehive in Wellington. Or perhaps the Christchurch Cathedral. Admittedly only half the icon it used to be. But you know, down there we've also got New Zealand's longest bridge. It's across the Rakaia River. And I reckon we're a bit smarter down there. We just built it straight across. Back in 1954, when the Auckland forefathers got together to design their bridge, well, they came up with a more elaborate design. Basically, so one ship per month could get underneath down to the Chelsea Sugar Works. I don't know, I reckon it would have been cheaper to move the sugar works. But at this point in time, I just want to pause for a moment's silence and pay our respects to James Nicol Williamson. Now, he lost his life when he accidentally fell into one of the support towers as the concrete was being poured. Thank you. On a more positive note, he still remains New Zealand's leading hide-and-seek champion. Seriously though, this is the vital link between North and South. It's a pillar of the community. It spans generations and it brings people together. It accounts for over 170,000 crossings every day. Imagine the toll on Aucklanders' lives if it wasn't there. Speaking of tolls, as the sole owner of Auckland's, nay, New Zealand's most vital arterial link, begin thinking about those possible returns. You'll enjoy the sort of dictatorial power that Trump could only dream of. How much would you charge per vehicle? Now, They say the average Auckland spend on decaf lattes, oat milk, frothy trimmed flat whites is around $50 a week. I reckon that leaves plenty of room to skim a little fat off the top. There has never been an offering like this today, folks. Take a look outside those windows. Take in the view of your prize. And now, make this your moment. Where do we start? Anywhere at all? Little guidance from me required perhaps? Would there be 1.4 to kick us away?
2 million and 8.
2 million and 8, sir. Welcome in. You didn't come here to kick tyres to you. That's a supercharged opening bid at $2,008,000 the bid. Who takes us forward from here? Is there 2.1 perhaps? At $2,008,000, folks, I chase it down and look for 2.1.
21?
21. Work with you there. 2,029,000 with you. 2,029,000. Welcome into in the race now, sir. What's your retort to that? At 2,029,000. First call at 2,029,000. Second now. Got you down the back there, sir, with 10 at 2,039,000, and welcome to you at 2,039,000 now. Racing along with 3.
Doesn't.
At 2,039,000, taking me through to 51, sir. Nice to have you back in front at 2,051,000. What's your reply to that, man? At 2,051,000, sir, down the back, is it another 10? At 2,051,000. First call away then. It's a 1, 100,000. 52 with you. 2,052,000. Welcome back. At 2,052,000, sir. Where do we go? At 2,052,000, other than across the bridge.
$500,000.
$500,000 at 2,052,500. Got you there, sir, loud and clear. At 2,052,500 and a 1, 53,500.
1.
54 and 5. 2, 54,500, sir, another 1, 55 and 5. All the action on this side at 56 and 5.
1.
7 and 5. 2,057,500 now. 58 and 5 down the back. 2,058,500. Another one, is it there, man?
Doesn't.
Doesn't there. 2,058,500 at 2,070,500. $2,070,500. What's your reply? Sir, I reckon another 10 down the back could be a good move. At 2,070,500, sir. Another one.
50.
50. Welcome into you, sir. At 2,070,500 at 2,120,500 with you. 2120 500.
50.
50. Or just 250. Can't blame me for trying. 2 million.
My bid's 50.
Well,
The bid there is 2,121,500, not your fault.
2,121,500. Got you there. 2,121,500.
1,500.
1,500 at 2,121 and 15 at 500. 2,121 1,500. Taking me through to 2,023,000 with you. 2,023,000. 2,123,000. Beg your pardon. 2,120,000. 2,223,000. 2,123,000 at 2,123 and 3.
2 and 1/8.
2 and 1/8. 2,123. So you're at 2,125,000. Welcome. 2,000 on the rise. 2,125,000.
1,500.
126 and a half. Got you there, sir. 126 and 5. What's your play there, sir? 2,126,500. It's another 1.5 perhaps. First call away. Second. Third. Well, folks, would it help you to know we're on the market? We're selling away today. 2,126,500 the bid.
Make it 30.
Beg your pardon.
Make it 30.
Make it 30 on top.
Make it 30.
2,130 with you. Gotcha. At $2,130,000 the bid.
And 40.
I beg your pardon?
And 40.
And 40 on that. At 1,270,000 with just a 40. 1,240,000. All right, can't help you but try. Try to supercharge your bids there. 2,140,000. I beg your pardon. 2,140,000
And 50.
190. 2,190,000. Got you there, sir. At 2,190,000. That's how you bid and buy, folks. Haven't heard from you for a while there, sir. At 2,190,000 with that gentleman here. How about down the back there, sir? At 2,190,000, would you succumb to peer pressure? At 2,190,000, or maybe just go with the flow? At 2,190,000. We sell away, folks, on the market and selling. First call at 2,190. Second call now.
Half a dozen.
At 2,196 with you. 2,196,000.
1,500.
97 and a half.
Half of that.
It's 750. 2,197 and a half at 218. 2,197 and a half at 2,198, 250 with you. 2,198, 250. Strategic play for the keys there.
Dozen.
2,198, 250 at 2,210,500. 2,192, 750, I beg your pardon. 2,192, 750, and you were 12 a dozen. At 2 million.
My bet was 2,198 to 250.
Gotcha. 2,198, 250 and the dozen. 2,198, 250. That's 2,210,250. $2,210,250.
Last 1,500.
Well, sir, if it's your last bid, should we try something stronger?
Last 1,500.
All right, at 2,200,000 or 2,000. Could I get your bid again, there, sir?
My bid was 2,210,250.
Of course it was. 2,210,250. 250. And your bid, sir?
1,500.
Got you there. 2,210,250 250 at 2,212,750 with you. 2,212,750. Sir, let him away with that. Down the back there, sir. Don't let your man down from Kilimanjaro. 2,212,250. First call away. Second now. Third. Final opportunity. All done on silent. Nothing further from you. Nothing further from you there, sir. Had your very best, have I? Sir, nothing further. The Auckland Harbour Bridge. Going. Going. Going your way! Well, folks, sir, you built a bridge to abundance. For our other bidders, well, it's water under the bridge today. You've had your minty moment. I bid you all a very good afternoon.
What makes Bailey's altogether better? It's the energy we bring to every home, every commercial property, every investment, every development, and every farm. Because when the energy is right, you can feel it. Bailey's, altogether better.
explore more auction solutions or book a demo, visit auctionslive.com.
But we make sure that all the transactions goes through property credit. It takes me out of the equation and it goes through and just makes the whole transaction seamless, which is really good. My assistant, she just loves the process. She sends it out and she finds the responsiveness on the property credit side phenomenal. Like there's
the innovation, which is what today's all about. But fundamentally, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to find who is the best caller in the senior division. And our fourth contestant is at the door now, and this is a young bloke who's from West Auckland, also from the yellow team in Ray White, and we're looking forward to seeing his progress continue. It's been a steep incline in this in his incubation period as an auctioneer, and he's here with us, and I wish him all the very best in the final. Give him a great round of applause, please. It's Daryl Roberts.
When Simon and Garfunkel penned their famous ode, Bridge Over Troubled Waters, little did they know that they were singing about the parlous state of Auckland County's public finances. Of course, that means it's finally come to this. Times are tough. The silverware cupboard has almost run bare, and so like any good government would do in such a scenario, it's time to sell some public assets. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, aspiring tollmasters and overseas carpetbaggers, sir.
I wish to buy this offering with my business partner, but he cannot make it to the auction. He's tramping Mount Kilimanjaro and unavailable digitally for a week. What is the best solution to solve his temporary absence and our need to have the transaction in both names?
Right, sir. So the contract does stipulate that it is for and/or nominee, but be aware that if you are bidding today, you'd be bidding in your personal capacity. You would also be responsible for the furnishing of the 10% deposit. The best solution I can offer, sir, do you have anything agreed to in writing? A company constitution documentation that authorises you to bid on his behalf as an equal business partner? I'll take that as a no, sir, in which case, again, you do bid on your own basis. I wish you all the very best. And hope he comes back from Kilimanjaro to victory. Anyone else, while we happen to be on the topic of questions? All right then. Well, folks, Daryl Roberts here simply to facilitate and finish off the very fine work carried out by Mr. Mark Summich from the eponymous real estate agency. Now, as part of his fine expertise and work, he has of course furnished you with the documentation to make sure of your smooth purchase of the Auckland Harbour Bridge State Highway 1. That's how we over-caffeinated Auckland commuters know it, but in the old legal parlance, it actually spans two titles, as per clause 23, the first. On this, the city side and estate in freehold, a good half acre, 2,024 square metres more or less. It's contained on lot 63. Deposit plan 100163, the North Auckland Land Registry holds your title, volume 26, folio 1955. And of course, on the northern end, a mirror estate. Again, freehold, that half acre of 2,024 square metres more or less, lot 24. Deposit plan 51101, North Auckland Land Registry, volume 26, folio 1959. And while we're at it, we'll just throw in 1.2 kilometres of bridge for good measure. Now the chattels, I do note a very extensive list of useful accoutrements, but the most important of all of these inclusions, New Zealand's most valuable cash crop, 1,000 road cones. Plant them in spring, harvest them in summer, you'll never have cash flow issues ever again. Your settlement date set down for St. Patrick's Day, a year hence, 17th of March 2027, and may the luck of the Irish be in your favour if you are bidding here today.
Yeah, Mr. Auctioneer,
yes,
just
sir.
On that settlement, I note that it is a year away, and I'm a little concerned about the New Zealand government's ability to settle. They are essentially bankrupt now. If I'm successful, I would like for my deposit to be held in the appropriate trust account until settlement. I certainly don't want your mob getting paid if the owner cannot settle. I'll never get my deposit back. Are you okay with that?
Sir, the contract stipulates that the 10% deposit is furnished into the relevant trust account. So again, we can't change where that goes. But again, also, if you are unable to settle, sir, then you would be forfeiting that 10% deposit. But I have no doubt about the New Zealand government's ability to offer possession at the appropriate time in a year. So you bid on that basis, and I wish you all the very best with that, sir. Now, in the documentation, it does lay out all the conduct of auction, the rules by which you bid and buy here today. Now, all bids are made on a cash and unconditional basis, and no doubt you have your bridging loan all set up in place. And we do sell subject to a confidential reserve price. If that is met or exceeded, then the highest bidder, well, congratulations, you'll be the victorious new owner. There's a few things I can do to help bridge that value gap for you and get you across the finishing line. First of all, I will control the flow of traffic by nominating the sums for which we raise the bidding. I can hold up a red light and refuse any bid. And the government, well, they've deputised me to place bids on their behalf. That's called a vendor bid. Those will be identified and they will also be below the reserve price. If I exercise that right, I'm not being a troll. I'm simply opening up a T3 priority lane to help get you ahead of traffic, get your weekends back, and get away from our very dear friends at trademe.co.nz. Now, if there are any instances of road rage, I'll resolve those disputes for you. And our owner, well, they reserve the right to pull up the drawbridge and withdraw the bridge from sale at any time prior to the close of auction. That was a good one. We're going to get one more of those, don't you worry, folks. When the contract comes down into the palm of my hand, if I'm pointing at you and enthusiastically yelling, "Sold!" then congratulations. You are the new owner of the property. In that case, there are simply two obligations we impose upon you before you go and bungee jump in celebration. First, sign a copy of the contract. It'd be a shame if that got wet during your jump. And second of all, a tithe. A net 10% of the purchase price must be furnished as a deposit for this property, bridge, I suppose. No further questions before we kick underway. So folks, when somebody approaches you and says, "I have a bridge to sell you," suspicion is the appropriate emotion. But when the government gives you a shot at owning infrastructure of national significance, you lean in and very politely say, "Too right, keep talking." For while many Aucklanders are born and raised in the same traffic jam, and you may never be able to fix that, you might as well at least profit from it. Tolls, they were cancelled back in 1984, but I've heard talk of a comeback. At 170,000 cars transiting per day, the potential revenue and return is unlike anything you'll ever encounter elsewhere. Now, you could stick to the safe zone of residential and say, "Oh yeah mate, another day, another dollar." Or you could go big or go home and expand and multiply out your income stream. Maybe even stick it to the man at Auckland Transport. Have a cheeky crack at trying to charge passage fees for the ferries going underneath. You never know, the options, they are extraordinary. You could choose which flags to fly, maybe even pedestrianise it. Heck, you could control who protests over it. My friends, this is the gateway to true power. With this bad boy in your portfolio, your influence on the course of local, nay, national events will be unassailable. Now, inevitably, some lesser minds may try and cramp your style and bring you down. 100 politicians may talk of building a second crossing to rival yours, but we all know that the second coming is more likely to happen before they get around to that. As watchman and sentinel of the bridge, you and you alone will command one of the most critical choke points in the Waitemata. 17,000 cubic metres of concrete, 6,500 tonnes of steel. But only one way to drive a vehicle to the North Shore without passing through the wilds of West Auckland. Believe me, I know. Folks, you've driven over it, now it's time to own it. Green light, time to hit the accelerators, I'm in your hands, who will get me off the mark? An opening bid and opening offer is what I seek. Okay, the idle hum of engines in the background. Look, I appreciate that it can appear like a Wilson's parking lot during rush hour, but don't let that deter you from jumping on in. Folks, might I suggest a cool 1.5 million? Tick things underway.
2,000,008.
Sir, I salute your bid. It's even stronger than that. But you know what? While you're there, why don't you go all in, sir? I know the government finances are desperate, but maybe give me something even stronger. Maybe we go 2.1, 2.2?
I'll go another 20.
You go another 20, all right, sir? It was $2,008,000, so $2,028,000. Best of luck to you with your bidding today, sir. At $2,028,000, look, I'd recommend we just dive straight on up to 2.1 would be my recommendation. But at 2,028, I have it over here and I call it away 3 times. First. One? 2.1? Absolutely. No, all right. Hey, you can't blame me for trying. That's okay. I'll just build a bridge and get over it. No worries. 1 till we go. $2,029,000. $2,029,000 again. Would recommend something stronger. Maybe at least take me to $2,050,000. But at 2,029, I call it away 3 times. First at $2,029,000. Second time and thrice with a 10, sir. 2 hands. Welcome and best of luck. 29 to 39. $2,039,000. Sir, I haven't heard from you since you kicked me away. Would you like to come back in? Maybe go to 49 as the next logical player. A dozen. Even stronger. We're at 39 and now we're up to 51. $2,051,000 over here. Once I call it down at 2,051 twice, just with the 1, or are we going with another dozen? I'm going to take the dozen. We've got $2,051,000 here and now 63. No, just the 1. All right. Okay, that's fine. Don't dampen my enthusiasm. 51 to 52 it is. 205 and 2. 52 with the 2 million undergirding it first. Second at 2,052,000.
$500,000.
$500,500, sir. Something stronger maybe. Got it here at 52. All right, 52.5 we go. At 2,052,500 now again, I'd recommend with the 1 still, or we're going with the half. I'm going to take the 1 to 53.5. 53.5 now. 2,053,500. 54.5. 2,054,500. At the back there, sir, is another 10. I've got 54.5 here. No, you're just going with the 1. All right, 55.5, no problem at all. 2,055,500. Once, twice, 56.5. All right, 56.5. 1, 2, 57.5. 58.5 is it, sir? Not going to put a 10 on it. All right, 2,058,500. Once we go, twice, third time at 2,058,500. And even better, sir, 58.5, nudging me through to 70.5. 2,070.5, we go with the dozen, cool as a cucumber. 70.5 once now. Second time fasting, thrice we go at 2,070.5. Another dozen, is it? No, just the 1. Okay, right, that's fine. 71.5 in your favour. 71.5.
50.
Once. 50. Who was that? Where was that?
50.
Sir, welcome in. Absolutely stonking bid to 2,121.5. I love your work, sir. 121.5 on top of the 2 mil. We carry on from here once now. 121.5 and 1,500 to 23. 123 with you, sir, lined up beautifully. Don't forget the 2 million in the back pocket at 123. 123.
2 and 1/8.
Oh, 2 and 1/8. We got 23 over here, sir, and 2 and 1/8 to 125. Puts up the double. Welcome in, sir. My mathematics loves you even more. 2 and 125. 2 and 1/8 million. First call.
1,500.
1,500. All right then, sir, to 26.5. 126.5 now. Again, 1,500, a grand. I'll see where we go from here. Once, 26.5. 126.5. We go with 2 million twice. 2,126.5. Third and final time passing at $2,126,500. Nothing further from you, sir. Not going to jump back in. Opportunity in the centre. I'll take the 1. 2,126.5 at the back there, sir. From you, nothing. Anyone else? I'm happy to take $500 from anyone to keep us moving along. But at 2,126.5, not a 500. Not a 500 over there. Nothing. 500 from you, mate. Jumping in earlier. Nothing over there. Not over here. All right. Well, Mr. Vendor, instructions are clear, folks. At that level, we're on the market. We do sell away for want of a further bid or a better offer at $2,126,500.
Make it 30.
Make it 30. 2,156.5. So very well played.
Make it 30.
Oh, right. 2,126.5 with the 3.5 to 2,130. $2,130,000 now puts it up. 130, yes.
And 40.
And 40, of course, to 70. Beautifully done. No, just 40. Okay, we'll work with the 10s, that's fine. Again, I don't care. Loose change out of your pockets. It's on the market, it sells at 2,140 once now.
And 50.
And 50 to 90, is it? We go there. 2,190. $2,190,000. Rolling it away. Who's going to breach the barrier and take me past 2.2, but at 2,190. Once I call it away now. Twice. Sir, from you, perhaps jump back in. Half a dozen. Who was that?
Half a dozen.
You there, sir. Half a dozen. Nicely done to 2,202. Oh, half a dozen, no, sorry, retracting, making that mistake, it's 2,196, a half dozen. I got enthusiastic and wanted to double up. Would you like to double it up while you're at it, sir? But on top of yourself. Well, worth asking the question. It's a great way to secure property. Confound the competition. But at 2,196, you hold the bid, sir.
1,500.
97 and a half. 197 and a half now.
Half of that.
Half of that. Beautifully done, sir. 197 and a half to 198,250. 198,250. Once. 198 and a quarter. Twice.
Dozen.
198 and a quarter. 198 and a quarter and a dozen. Beautifully done, sir. To 2210 and a quarter. 2210 and the quarter now. I can't forget that.
Last 1,500.
2210 and the quarter. Last 1,500, all right, sir, to 211 and 3/4. 2211, 3/4, you hold the bid. Double two, double one and a quarter. Once, twice. Third time in his favourite. Double two, double one and a quarter. Sir, anything further through? I'll take 500 bucks. Keep us moving in the right direction. Again, we're on the market, sir. Nothing from you. 2211 and the quarter at the back there, sir. Not going to jump in. Maybe for final bid in the middle. Not even a cheeky waggle of the finger again to keep us moving. We are going. Last chance for that late bid. 2211 and of course the quarter. We are going. Absolutely sure you are out, sir. You're out there, ma'am. You're out, sir. You're out at the back, and sir, well, congratulations. You're moving in. So on behalf of the New Zealand government, thank you very much for reducing the national debt. To our new purchaser, sir, well done, well bid, well fought. I wouldn't say welcome to your new home, but nevertheless, welcome to controlling the ultimate choke point. To our underbidders, my commiserations, but again, given the parlous state of the national economy, I hope that we'll have some more assets to sell to you later. Folks, Daryl Roberts is my name. It's been an absolute privilege. Thank you for having me. Look forward to seeing you on
What makes Bailey's altogether better? It's the energy we bring to every home, every commercial property, every investment, every development, and every farm. Because when the energy is right, you can feel it. Bailey's, altogether better.
To explore more auction solutions or book a demo, visit auctionslive.com.
but we make sure that all the transactions goes through property credit. It takes me out of the equation and it goes through and just makes the whole transaction seamless, which is really good. My assistant, she just loves the process. She sends it out and she finds the responsiveness on the property credit side phenomenal. Like, there's great communication. It's just a very easy, seamless process, which is great. The portal is extremely easy to use, and the way they go through it, look after and personalise our client service, which is really important to us, and giving 6-star service. You've got to remember that most people have most of their equity tied up in their biggest asset. They don't have a lot of liquid funds. So the ability to go through, pay for the marketing and do the marketing they want, and any other slight renovations that they want to do, is a huge thing. So taking that pressure away from people, making sure the property is presented as best we possibly can, and going through and giving 6-star service is what we really want to do, and that's why we love working with property credit, and we've found our clients have been very, very positive towards the whole experience.
We will start. Who like to get the bidding up? $4,400,000 right here in the room. $4,900,000. 4,950,000. 4,950 is the bid at $4,000,000. I'm selling.
Auctions live bid.
5.7. 705. We're in the room. 5,705,000. 5,850,000. This time, sir. I'm not even going to look at you again.
Auctions live bid.
5,650,000.
Auctions live bid.
5,000 again back here in the room. 5,655 it is. 5.6.
Auctions live bid.
850. First, second, third and final. Quick finish. Done.
We're introduced to property credit, and then once they sort of dropped everything on the table, it was like, oh my God, we've been looking for a product like this.
And live. Right, our final caller, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I appreciate your patience. Hang in there, my bidders, please. Our final caller has traipsed up from Christchurch again, and he's here to try and get a tag of champion. He is the 5th and final caller in the senior division, and I ask you to give a tremendous round of applause, please, to the one and only Harcourt's man, Riley Melzer. Now, I'm sure there's a few F1 fans in the room here today. Oh. Well, the Harbour Bridge, that is the unofficial Grand Prix straight, sponsored by Brake Lights. Greetings, fine folk, benevolent bourgeois. Today we auction off a property.
Excuse me, Mr. Auctioneer.
Sir.
I wish to buy this offering with my business partner.
Very well.
He cannot make it to the auction. He's tramping Mount Kilimanjaro and unavailable digitally for a week. What is the best solution to solve his temporary absence and our need to have the transaction in both names, please?
You need the contract in both names. So, sir, it's part of a company, is it? Is that mine? What's that, sorry?
We need to have the transaction in both names.
Oh, well, look, sir, the easiest solution there would be to have the auctioneer sign on his behalf, I suppose. If he's out tramping, he's not available, he's out in the wilderness, then it is what it is, I suppose. I'd be more than happy to do that, as long as he's a genuine person. Good luck, sir. I was just getting into the flow of things. I am proud and privileged to be aiding in the endeavours of lead marketing agent Rebecca Duncan and the powerhouse team behind it. The Auckland Harbour Bridge is what awaits your spirited bidding today. Today, of course, while you do race towards the finish line in our written reserve. First across that, when I wave that checkered flag, well, you will be our successful purchaser. You'll need to come, hand out some signatures, finalise all the documentation.
Now I will manage the speed and pace at which you travel through today through increments. I'll be your motorsport marshal and refuse or settle any bidding dispute. I may also operate like a safety car, managing the race with vendor bids that my owner has given me the sole right and responsibility to do. The property, it is more formally the Auckland Harbour Bridge, State Highway 1. Clause 23.0 of the contract, that outlines all of the legalities for you. You obtain 2 freehold parcels of 2,024 square metres. Combine them, and it's just more than an acre. Call it the Acre Plus package. Lot 63, deposit plan 100163, and Lot 24, deposit plan 51101. And of course, you get the bridge connection between the 2 points. The channels staying with the property is yesterday's traffic. It still hasn't moved. Settlement day, that is set to be the 17th of March 2027, which gives you a whole year to find a fiddler for your St. Patrick's Day household.
Yeah, Mr. Auctioneer, I note on that settlement that it is a year away, and I'm a little concerned about the New Zealand government's ability to settle. They're essentially bankrupt now, and if I'm successful, I would like my deposit to be held in the appropriate trust account until settlement. I certainly don't want your mob getting paid if the owner cannot settle. I'll never get my deposit back. Are you okay with that?
Look, sir, you may need to have an side agreement in place with the owners there to have that deposit set, perhaps with a lawyer and the lawyer's trust account. I personally have no qualms with that, sir. I can understand your concerns there with the government. They're a bit of a dodgy bunch sometimes. But best of luck with your bidding. Hope that answers your question. Today's property, well, it offers up an opportunity for convenience, for phenomenal returns, and perhaps the slightly more ambitious, the chance to hold New Zealand's most populated city at a standstill. Now that would certainly come with some bargaining powers, no doubt, perhaps a key to the city, money, influence. Look, I'm not here to give you ideas, but simply to let you know there are ideas to be had. Let's talk bridges, ladies and gentlemen. And now, nothing to do with the Netflix show Bridgerton at all, because that show simply is to do with intimacy and secret hookups, which we all know real estate has absolutely no relation to. Originally completed in 1959, the structure has spent more than 6 decades quietly doing exactly what good infrastructure should do, bringing people together. It's 8 lanes of pure open living for you to enjoy, spanning 1,020 metres, making it the perfect straight for an F1 car or even an incredibly fast racehorse. Please see seat. Now, I learnt a few things yesterday that I wanted to talk to you about. Firstly, that a property's ROI, whether it's milk solids or opium, is quite important. So I decided to switch on the old noggin and do a bit of maths myself. At the time that the bridge had tolls, back in 1959, it cost 2 shillings and 6 pence. Now, if you're anything like me and your birth date begins with a 2, you'll have absolutely no idea what that means. However, I accounted for this with inflation. In 2026, well, that would approximately be $9, with 180,000 vehicles travelling it per day. That is $1,620,000 a year. 591,300,000 per year. So even if you are someone who adds 100 and then minuses 44, you'd still be able to work out that's profitable. Secondly, what I learned from talking with my good Australian mate, who just days ago was telling me about his brown snake and the Christchurch's legless lizard, is that when it comes to harbour bridges, Sydney is the more famous one. In fact, they know it as the coat hanger. Here in Auckland, we just have the t-shirt hanger. Does exactly the same job, just a little more casually. It gets you from point A to point B. Point A being the North Shore. And here's a fun fact for you. It's actually the bridge that holds it there. Without it, it would likely float away, which may not necessarily be a bad thing. The city being point B. Just off the bridge, AJ Hackett's off to the side. As a matter of fact, myself and Braden Went there last night. Turns out he couldn't hack it. So we headed across the street to the restaurant. First mates, laugh last. Depending on the results today, that could be a rather poignant name. This one, buyers, is for the committed, not the curious. I don't see many bridges come to market, so if you miss one, you'll have to swim. Alrighty buyers, who wants to take that pole position? Opening bid time. Silence. I had a feeling this might be the way. Folks, I have an idea. Why don't we call it $1,500 per metre of bridge and start away at $1,530,000? Is there an opening bid at $1,530,000? I'll tempt you in there. Sit.
$2,008,000.
$2,008,000. Far better than my suggestion, sir. I don't know how many. In fact, it's probably more similar to $2,000 per metre. $2,008,000. We're off and away, folks. And a nice place to start there at $2,008,000. Where do you take me from there? Is it another 10 or 20 to go? At $2,008,000. We've got 21. On top there, sir, at 29's the bid. $2,029,000. Nicely done there with the blackjack. First score at $2,029,000 for this fantastic bridge on offer. It stood the test of time from 1959 at $2,029,000. Second call. Is there another 21 to go? Third and final chance at $2,029,000. Sir, can I tip you back here? $2,029,000, the bid stands away from you. Would you give it? Oh, sir, up the back there. Hello to you too. Two hands as well with 10 on, at 39 now. At $2,039,000. Where's the next step to be? Is it 10 from you, sir, in the front, or my second bidder?
Dozen.
And it doesn't. At 39 with 12 on through to 51. At $2,051,000's the call now, and we keep going north, travelling up the bridge perhaps. At $2,051,000, first call. Second chance. Is that just the one? You want to go another one of your previous bid with 21 that just won on. At 51 to 52 now. At $2,052,000. Once. Twice. Third final at
$2,000.
Oh, sir. What was the bid, sorry?
$1,000.
$1,000 with 500 on at $2,052,500. At $2,052,500, the little change there on the side. Where do we go from there? And another one, sir. Got you there at 53 the half. There's another 500, sir. The one, there it is, at 54 the half now. $2,054,500. And sir, up the back, seeing you this time. Just the arm. Okay, so another one. Okay, very well, at $2,055,500. At $2,055,500. One spies. For all of this, it's still a great return. I did the maths for you. At $2,055,500 second call. Is there maybe 60? Oh, sir, the one. Geez, you're subtle with your hand movements today, ladies and gentlemen. At $2,056,500. First call. And one. Didn't see it, but I heard it. Call it 57 and change. At $2,057,500. And again now, 58 the half. At $2,058,500. First call. Auckland Harbour Bridge. And it doesn't. At $52 million. Oh. Bugger. $2,058,512 on there. Should we call it 60 and change? No, 58, call it 70 and change, sir. $2,070,500. Whew. Once at $2,070,500, buys, this is absolute quality. You won't get another opportunity like this. Second call at $2,070,500. Is there another 1,000 to go, gents, over on this side? Sir, even up the back. Third and final call at $2 million, and there it is. Nicely done, sir, at 71 now. $2,071,500, and the retort to be, sir, another dozen.
15.
15 at $2,007,000. Oh, a new face enters the race there at 71,500 with 15 on now through to 86 the half.
15.
Ah, sir, 15.
50.
Oh, 50. Oh, apologies. It's that British accent. Okay, well, where was I? I was at 2,000,000 and 83,550 on at 83. I hope I've got that number right, but I feel I may have not. Very well, so much I'm feeling the same. And 83 and 50 on gets me through to 33 the half. 2,133,500.
My bid was 2,071,500.
Ah, 71. I was a bit high there at 71.5 and 50 on it. 71 through to 21.5. Got you now at 2,125,500. Won the quarter and change. First chance, folks, on the right-hand side. You've been awfully quiet. I'd love to have you back in.
Excuse me?
Yes.
My bid was 2,121,500.
2,121,500. Appreciate the correction. Don't know what the mistake was, but I'll believe you at 2,121,500. And 1,500 at 21,500. 1,500 to go at 23 now at 2,123,000. So just another 50.
2 1/8.
2 1/8 at 2,125,000. Yep, I'm just going to go with that. Hope I haven't gone backwards. First call at $2,125,000. That trip's a few bit low. And 1,500 at 25 at 26.5 now. 2,126,500. And I'm waiting for another dozen, sir. Just letting you know. At 2,126,500. First, second, third at 2,126,500. Sir, another one. Sir on the left. Another 50 up the back, on the side. Sir, at 2,126,500. I sell you the home. It goes your way, or less of a home, more of a bridge, I should say. Not used to this. At 2,126,500.
Make it 30.
And make it 30 on top, sir.
Make it 30.
Okay, make it 30. Okay, all right, 160. At 2,130, sorry, apologies there.
At 40.
At 40. At 70. Just 40, 10 on. Very well. 240 now, with 10 to go. At 2,140, and we're selling at 50 now, on the rise at 90 at 2,190. Got you there with your consistent 50s. Once at 290, and we're selling, folks, twice.
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen. Okay, all right, at 2,190 and half a dozen with 696 now. At 2,190 and 6.
1,500.
And 1,597.5. Got you there, sir. Another half dozen or the full dozen. I'd love to have that back, sir. Or a baker's dozen.
Half of that.
Half of that. Ooh, was I paying attention? At 2,196,500, and you gave me half a dozen. Call it 3 at 2,196,500. I think was it 99.5, sir? Sir, confirm your bid for me up the back there. Yes, you.
My bid was 2,196.
2,196. Ah, 2,199.
I gave you 1,500.
1,500 and half that 750 at 2. Ah, okay, I see. So you've given me 1,500.
2,197,500.
1,197,500. You can give me 750 on that. At 197. Ah, shit. At 2,197,500 and 750 on. Got you there, sir, at 97. Why am I struggling with this, folks? At 2,197,500 through to 98,250. Jeepers, that was a struggle. At 98,250. First chance in selling at 2,198,250. Second call.
Dozen.
There it is, sir. I knew it was coming. The dozen on at 98,250 gets me through to 10 and 250 now at 210,250 at $2,210,000.
Last 1,500.
Last 1,500 at 12,250 through to 13,750 now at 2,213,250. Ooh, mouthful. 2,213,250. First chance buyers and selling. And it goes, make absolutely no mistake. For all of this, the return, the possibilities, the influence for the second call now at 2,213,750. Second call, third call, apologies, and selling, sir, another $500. Absolutely sure up the back there. Are we getting on, sir, for the single, or over here for 50 at 2,213,250. Was it 750? It's going. It's going. Sir, great work. You took that pole position. You set a record lap. Well done. Commiserations to the unbidders. It is just water under the bridge at the end of the day. Everyone else, all the best.
Okay, if we could have the Premier finalists in the lock-up, please, at the far end. Right, so 5 off the lockdown. And not to worry about anything. I've got Africa.